Afternoon, Beast Final Community. It's Steve Whitty here again with some more of my latest finds. First up, really like to say a big thank you to people who have taken time to subscribe. And I know 10 isn't a great number, but small acorns, big oaks grow. So I do appreciate those of you who have subscribed already, and those of you who've already viewed the previous videos. This is volume 11 of recent finds. Again, a few more of my finds from my local record store, Psychotron, and a trawl of the charity shops in my hometown of Sutton Coldfield. So, without much further ado, let's crack on with my first lot of finds. And the first one is ABBA singles, The First 10 Years. Double album, all the singles up really from 73 to 82, which was then the time ABBA pretty much split up. All the songs on there, from Waterloo, which I think how everyone in the UK first got to know, winning the Eurovision Song Contest in 1974, up until Under Attack, which was the last single. There's not really much you can say about ABBA. They just wrote great pop songs, and I think their appeal endured. I think Mamma Mia the musical helped. I was fortunate to see a production of that in Toronto, or 2002, so yeah, nearly 15 years ago. And the film's always on the TV over here, and there's various productions. The songs are just uplifting, even the sad songs. I mean, my favourite probably is Knowing Me, Knowing You, which just chart breakup. And when you hear The Winner Takes It All, you just, I mean, I've never been divorced, so I could only imagine how it must feel when you hear that, how it comes home to roost. But I think you can't go wrong with ABBA. Nothing wrong with good 70s pop. And I'm glad I've got this to add to my ABBA collection. Next album I purchased, well, it's not an album, it's a 12-inch single. Now, I remember buying this as a CD single in 1991. It's Billy Bragg's Sexuality. You've got on the A side Sexuality, the single, and then you've got this Manchester remix, which completes the A side, and on the B side you've got Sexuality, the London remix, which is very much sort of like different what things that were going on at the time. I mean, this is probably by far Billy Bragg's most commercial single. Excellent. I mean, I do like the cover as well. Really good on Go Discs. Billy Bragg wrote some great songs. Yes, you don't have to agree with his political point of view. Actually, I find sort of getting older, I probably am sort of drifting to the left a little bit. Maybe you see that, the optimism. I remember Live Aid and just thinking, oh, this is great, we're going to change the world, yada, yada, yada. And it hasn't happened. And I'm seeing the appeals on the telly for the same things, and it just crushes the soul. Nothing's changed. Nothing will change. That's why I love listening to music, because I can escape to that. So, moving on to my next record. Now, this I rescued from a charity shop. They're going to bin it, basically. The local shop, they have the albums out, and they have a 4-week period on them. If they don't go, they cull them. So I rescued this for a few pennies. This is Carmen. This is Bizet's Carmen. It's excerpts from the opera Carmen. This is basically the musical parts from it. So you've got the introduction, the dance, Toreador and Carmen, and the finale at the end. It's Russian. You probably see from the cover there, Russian. I think it came out in 1985. So whoever owned it must have either got it mail order, or maybe have been to Russia, the USSR themselves. It's in great nick. It's almost pretty much near mint. I don't think it's been played that much. So I enjoyed listening to it, and I suspect as I move on buying vinyl, classical music is going to come up quite a lot. quite a lot. The charity stores tend to have a lot of classical records. Now it's pretty much of a muchness. I think you need to know what you're looking for. If I know a piece, I'll pick it up. In my previous video, I had the classic experience, so I might be picking up a lot more classical music. You know, the one thing I enjoy about listening to classical music, it's great to do the ironing too. You know, the chores that you don't particularly like doing, it helps. It helps just allow you to ease them by. Next up, Cream of Eric Clapton. This was a compilation that came out in 1987. Single, you know, it's just Eric Clapton, as it says, Cream, so it includes a bit of Cream. You've got Layla, and you've got his solo stuff, really up to Behind the Mask. Really, that was his last big hit single in the UK. Gatefold and Polydor. Can I get these back in properly? Starts off with Layla, probably his best known track, really, in the UK. The single, it was a hit single on a few occasions with his Cream stuff. I have a soft spot for Let It Grow from 461 Ocean Boulevard. I think it's a corking song. We will forgive him for his racist rant at the Birmingham Odeum in 1976. I think he was having a drink problem there. But he has endured, he's survived that, he's endured. And I just recently watched his 70th birthday concert, which was really enjoyable to watch. So, yeah, you know, big thumbs up for Eric Clapton. The charity shop I picked this up in had several copies of this. This is the Commodores, very best of Commodores, 16 classic tracks. It's Motown with Telstar label. It contains the Lionel Richie stuff, but it also contains Night Shift, which I actually think is the best song they ever did. I think it's really good. I enjoy listening to that. But he's got all the stuff. You got the ballads, Three Times a Lady, Still, Easy, which I think, and Faith No More did a great version of that. But I like the fact that at the end it's got Machine Gun and Brickhouse on it. I just think it's great. Great tune. I think Commodore, value for money. You know, it cost me a couple of quid. Most enjoyable album. Another 12-inch single. This is the Communards, So Cold the Night. I think it's a top 10 single. It's really, I think it's 87, I think 87 or 88, one of the years, and it was pretty much near towards they'll come to the end of their career. I just absolutely like this track. I wasn't a great fan of the Communards, but this song I did enjoy. Yeah, you know, they did have a #1 single with Don't Leave Me There, version Don't Leave Me This Way. I think just a great, you know, good singles. Jimmy Somerville's voice, you know, such a great voice. I mean, he's gone quiet. I think he's released a couple of albums, but he doesn't. I think he's decided to live the quiet life. If I'm not mistaken, please correct me. Now, the Damned, Machine Gun Etiquette. I got this for £1 in the local record store. I know they've just re-released this. Oh, I just love this. I remember buying Love Song as a single years ago. I think there were 4 different covers to it. Just Can't Be Happy Today, Smash It Up, Parts 1 and 2, Plan 9, Channel 7. There's some great songs on this album. Great album. I think if you haven't got any Damned, I'd go with this as well as their debut album. I think this was the 3rd album. And then I also managed to pick up another great record from the Damned, which is the best of the Damned. So it's got New Rose, Neat Neat Neat, Love Song, Just Can't Be Happy Today, History of the World Part 1, Rabbit, There Is No Sanity Clause. I just think Damned, they're still going. I think, yeah, great band, great music. I think, and they kept going, you know, despite everything. Most enjoyable. I think one of the best, probably one of the best punk bands. You know, you had the Pistols, you had the Clash, but I think the longevity, they just kept going and just, I think, gave audiences a good time, which was important. Another Pound record. This is Stupidity by Dr. Feelgood. The live album came out 1975, I think. I'm not sure if this album, no, 76, I'm mistaken. Two sides. A side recorded in Sheffield and side recorded in Southend. Absolutely corking album. Dr. Feelgood. I think the link between between late 60s and punk, the pub rock thing, I think they stripped it back, and I think it appealed. I think I could see why, except that period, 74, 75, when prog rock probably got a bit too up its backside, and people wanted something a bit more stripped down, something they could dance to. The best one in the world, you can't dance to prog. You tried dancing to Supper's Ready. So more classical music. Again, this was rescued from the local charity shop, and this is the D'Oyly Carte Opera Company, Gilbert and Sullivan, the Mikado. And yeah, pretty much mint condition. I enjoyed it. I'm not sure whether I want to sit through it live, but yeah, it was enjoyable. It was good. I enjoyed it. This has come from 1984, so yeah. Gilbert and Sullivan, probably towards the end of the 19th century, very popular with their operas, their mini operas. D'Oyly Carte exclusively performed them. That's why they were set up. Richard D'Oyly Carte set up their company just so they could perform Gilbert and Sullivan. Okay, and the final record in this batch, and I was so pleased to find this. It's not an Ireland original. It's from on the Manticore label, Brits Tarkus by Emerson, Lake and Palmer. And God knows, I love Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I was introduced to him years ago by a guy I worked with. He did me all the tapes. I think I mentioned this previously, so I might be running over old ground. Love this album. This was the only #1 album that Emerson, Lake and Palmer had in the UK. I think, you know, you enjoy the fact this is two distinct sides. You've got Tarkus, and then you've got the shorter songs, Generally in Bender, Are You Ready, Eddie, you know, Ham and Cheese at the end. I just think, you know, just great record. So I was happy to pick up that, and it's pretty much almost completed my Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I think it's only Works Volume 2. Pretty much of the classic stuff I need to get my hands on. I still did pick up Love Beach. So that ends that batch on Community. So I hope you enjoy your Sunday. I'm going to sit back and watch some football this afternoon, and then once that's done, I'll play some records. I'm going to cook myself something nice for me dinner. But I'm just going to have a chill out day. You know, back to work on Monday. What more can you say? But thank you again for subscribing. Thank you again for viewing. You have a good week. I'll probably do another video on Wednesday. Some more finds. So until then, take care, enjoy yourself, keep listening to music, keep smiling.